Happy holiday, Moors.
Islam.
Thank you for coming out and tuning in to House of Reawakening Minds as we strive to be a holistic center for spiritual grounding, free thought, spiritual grounding, self-discovery, and more science. An awakening experience for all ages. Today marks a very important day. It's July the 20th, which is the day that marks the death of our prophet Noble Drew Ali. Today we have our brother Abdullah El Talib Mosi Bey, which will be our guest lecturer today, who will give the topic of Moorish Imperial Divan. And we can just give a warm welcome to our lecturer, Brother Abdullah Bey.
Islam, everyone, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Aid alaikum. Islam. All right. I asked this question last week. Oh, some of y'all were here. Tamara, don't answer. Andre, don't answer. Dr. Nailah, don't answer. Why is today the whole day? Those who listening on can do the answer to why is today the holy day? I would say happy holy day. Together, Mike. Why is it happy holy day? Why is that?
Speak up in the mic, please.
Today is the day man came in the flesh, the part of the flesh.
Day, that was the answer that was one of the answers that were given last week. No, I'm saying that was one of the answers that was given last week. And you get that answer from where? So what does that mean to you, brother? The day that man came into flesh. What does that mean to you? The day that man came into flesh. Why is it the day that man came into flesh? Why not Monday? Why Monday's not the day man came into flesh? Why not Tuesday? Why not Wednesday? Why not Saturday? Why Friday? Why Friday is the day that man came into flesh? Why Friday? Was that arbitrarily decided?
Wasn't that the day that the Lord rested?
That's it again? Now you got to speak into the mic.
Wasn't that the day the Lord rested?
The day that the Lord rested. Friday is the day that the Lord rested. Why not Monday? Why not Tuesday? Or Sunday or Saturday? Why Friday? What does Friday have to do with man and Lord rested or man being made in the flesh? Anybody online? Anybody online? The brother said, that was his answer. Where you get that answer from, brother?
101.
Oh, the 101s. All right. So now we're looking at analyzing what reading there. All right. Why? I'm asking the why question. Anyone else? No one on that line? No one have a question? All right. So don't we have people that viewed last week online? Because I gave this lesson last week. All right? So, Tamara, you want to?
No.
You want to answer?
Here.
Friday being
Close your book, brother.
Don't close it?
Close your book. Close your book.
Friday being an Old Norse word, Freya,
Says all right.
lines up with the helical rising of Venus. Venus being love.
Norse. All right. So saying that the origin of the word Friday is this plus day. All right, so it's this. All right. It's the Old Norse Freya. All right. And that's the goddess of what?
Venus.
That's the goddess of love.
A seer-based stated fertility.
All right? So we're looking at, so this is, so in Latin it's what? Venus, so it's Venus. All right, so Friday is the day of Venus. Friday is the day of Venus. And Tamara is the fertility. Absolutely. All right, fertility. So now let's go back to what you're saying, Jordan, that the day the man was made into flesh, that's a fertility act. So you're talking about creation. You're talking about creation. So Friday is associated with creation. But you're saying the day that man was made into flesh, that is an act of creation. So the word, so Friday is the day of creation or fertility, which is the day of Venus. What occurs? What about Venus? We're going to get this down. We're going to get this. So when we say Happy Holy Day, this is going to be in your mind. Happy Holy Day, boys. You want to have this in your mind. That makes it more powerful. That makes it more connected. You can pass that down and down and down. All right? What is Venus? Why is Venus connected to fertility?
The moon.
Right? The moon. Let's look. Why is Venus connected to fertility? What is it's an astronomical. It's called the
Heliacal rising.
of Venus.
Venus.
Yes. The heliacal rising of Venus. Heliacal rising of Venus. And the heliacal rising of Venus occurs between mid-March and early April. And what occurs during the heliacal rising of Venus is the rain season. So this is, the heliacal rising of Venus brings about the onset of rain for the corn maize. We, the Mayans, Moors, had a meticulous calculation of Venus. The Germans stole it and put it in the Royal Museum in Dresden, Germany in 1717. So the Germans stole it from Mexico and put it in a museum called the Royal Museum in Dresden, Germany. So they called it the Dresden Codex. The Germans put their name on it, as they always, the Europeans do, steal our stuff and put their name on it. They call it the Dresden Codex. That's a Mayan calendar. That's a Mayan Venus calculation calendar. We calculated the rising of Venus so the corn maize, so we can what? Prepare for fertility, during the growing, because that rain was necessary for the corn to grow. I ain't done. Corn. Horns are plenty. Cornucopia. Europeans stole your cornucopia and claimed it as theirs on Thanksgiving. You say that's the white man stuff. That's what Afrocentric folks. The Afrocentric folks say that's the white man stuff. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm Afrocentric. I'm gonna deal with that white man, high AD. Big fool. You got your cornucopia. Your horns are plenty. Alright? So the horns are plenty. Tamara mentioned the moon. So the cornucopia is horn plenty. So we're dealing with plenty, we're looking at the harvest. So the plenty is tied to the harvest, the plentiful harvest, all right, of the corn and other agricultural products, all right. So the agriculture is the wealth. So agriculture is connected to the wealth. So what the Europeans did was move us from our wealth, our agriculture. So the Industrial Revolution motive was to remove us from our wealth, agriculture. Now we go to supermarkets. Not to markets in the neighborhood, we go to supermarkets. Controlled by Europeans. So there's a motive to that. So once you comprehend what we did, how we put great emphasis on agriculture, astronomy, calendar making, tying all that in. Their motive is to disconnect you from that so they can control you. Now you gotta, now they feed you. You need now we depend on them to feed us. This is all connected. I'm connected to political with this too. It's all connected, fam. Alright? Once you start saying, I'll make the connections. Happy Holy Day. Now we know why I'm saying Happy Holy Day, right? All right, there's a password. There's a word that the Europeans stole from you. They stole from you, and they put their epistemology on it, and they call it a password of masonry. Shibboleth. Shibboleth. Why you get up the secrets I do it? This ain't no secret. This is my birthright. This is my culture. Secret? I don't know secrets. It's my culture. Alright, Shibboleth. Alright, Syrian word. Alright, Syrian word. The Europeans transliterated Shibboleth. There we go. Spell Cirrus cereal. Oh my goodness, the word you've been saying all your life. You've been saying that word all your life. Mommy, can I have some cereal? You didn't know you were saying Shibboleth. You didn't know that cereal is connected to Shibboleth. Alright? So Shibboleth means ears of corn. Ears of corn is the main meaning, the etymology. Another meaning that's connected to it is stream of water, or a sheaf of wheat. The Europeanized version of a set. The Europeanized version of a set, they call Virgo in the zodiac sign. Virgo. She's holding what? A sheaf of wheat. And corn. That's the white man thing. These Afrocentric folks don't know much. Right, so when the Nile River, so it's called connected with the Nile River, so when the Nile River flooded, the soot rose to the surface, high in nutrients, and needed to fertilize the Nile Valley for agriculture, for corn to grow. So they took this from us. Transliterated. The word cereals is derived from shibboleth. Alright? Today, Masons use this as a password. They don't know the origin of it though. Some don't know the origin of it. They just say shibboleth. It's just a password. Took your stuff. They're culture bandits. Alright, any questions? Criticism? I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright? Happy Holy Day. Alright? Happy Holy Day. Happy the day of Venus. Fertility Day. The day man was made in the flesh that disconnects its creation, fertility. Alright? So what I'm doing is giving you the science to that. So we have, I need to view that. So when I come back next month, I'm going to ask the same question. Because we have classes on Friday, right? So we're going to say Happy Holy Day again, and then I'm going to ask the same question, and hopefully people online will be able to answer. When you come back, you'll be able to answer. All right? Give it.
What is shibboleth the password to?
All right. There are passwords where one has to use to enter a meeting. All right. There's passwords where there's all grips, hailing signs, do guards, hailing signs, do guards. When they're speaking to. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you. You have passwords, hailing signs, do guards, and you have your 3 degrees, your inter-apprentice, your fellow craft, and your master mason degree. Fellow crafts, inter-apprentice learn certain passwords only they can communicate to an inter-apprentice. Fellow crafts will learn certain passwords they can both talk to an inter-apprentice and also fellow craft. Master Mason can talk to all of them. Alright? So this is in their circle. So shibboleth is one of the passwords to enter a meeting, alright, or connect to a brother at a certain level, Master Mason level. But what I'm doing is giving you is how it's connected to you. What I focus more on how is it connected to us. I'm not so much concerned about passwords, do guards, because where's that going to get me? I'm not interested in being a part of that password, do guard, secrecy. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in bringing my brothers and sisters into this Moorish movement. I really have no interest in playing this shibboleth. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in learning the etymology of it and how it's connected to us. So I have to put a lot of time in studying the different passwords and do guards. Certain hand motions are root trusts. Comes from us. Different root trusts. Alright? Hailing signs. Now, so did that answer your question? Yes. Alright. Any other questions? Because the power is knowing its origin and how it's connected to you. That's the power. This is not the power. Any brother who does this is powerless. Any brother. Shibboleth. one, they're not telling their nephews, their sons, their daughters, their grandmothers, their mother, grandfathers, and so forth. They're not. So what does it mean? Our land is still being colonized by the Europeans. They're still shooting us down. What does it mean? I mean, what does it all mean? They're still looking to England to get permission to do anything. So what does it mean? They don't even think the Feds belongs to them by birthright. Ask them why they wear the Feds. A Shriner, brother, after brother who's a Shriner, why they wear the Feds. Because he said, I'm a Shriner. He's not going to say that the Feds is his birth, his royal headdress. He'll say, I'm a Shriner. The Shriners wear the Feds, and that's. In fact, you'll call it, Shriners Feds. Or Shriners, headdress. You call it a Moorish Feds. So they don't even give the nationality of the headdress. They don't even give the nationality of the headdress. What's the nationality of the headdress? What's the nationality of the headdress? What's the nationality of it? Moorish Fez. Not Fez. Moorish Fez. That's the nationality of the headdress. Yeah, not Fez. Right? No, that's not a Fez. That's a Moorish Fez. Yes, there's a difference. Yes, it matters. Moorish Fez and Fez, what's the difference?
Moorish Fez is the originator.
So you're identifying, all right? In this case, it's usually functioning as an adjective here, all right? So you're connecting it to the people.
Or
You're connecting the headdress to the people. What are you doing here? You're not. There's no connection to the people. Don't say Shriners. Let's say Shriners hat. Shriners headdress. Or Shriners face. Put this here. Shriners face. So what are we doing? We're what? Reclaiming our royal crown, our royal sovereign crown from the Europeans. Now the Fez does belong to the brothers, but the brothers don't think it's there by birthright. The brothers don't do this. The brothers don't make this connection. This is what the brothers do. This. Come on, Mason. Come on, my Shriners brothers. Talk to me. That's what they do. They don't do this. Yo, man, I like your Moorish Fez. They're dumbfounded. You talking to me? Yeah, I like your Moorish Fez. Huh? Yeah, your Moorish Fez. No, this is not a Moorish Fez, brother. It's a Shriners Fez. That's a disconnect. That's the brothers now. Because I would never say that to a European. Like, I would never say, I like your possessive pronoun. Why would I use a possessive pronoun to talk about to a European? Your Moorish Fez. Huh? How would I say that to a European? I'll say that to a brother, but not to a European. Your Fez. Yeah, I like that. I like that Moorish Fez that you have in your head. Or I like my Moorish royal crown that you're wearing on your head. Man, my royal crown that you're wearing on your head looks good. It's a European. It's a European. I like my royal crown that you're wearing on your head. That's how you talk to a European. All right, tell me how to talk to a European then. He's wearing your face. How you going to talk to him? You're not going to say that way? Isn't that your headdress?
claim ownership.
Right. I like my You know? Hey, I don't care how he responds. I give a rat, but how he responds. What I care about is how you address them, not how they respond. They're arrogant, and they're arrogant. And I don't blame them for being arrogant. We don't know who we are. They used to ruling us, so. I mean, they're socializing being arrogant because they've been killing us and beating us and holding us down and shooting us and, doing on us and putting drugs in our community and, of course they're going to be arrogant. You don't know nothing anyway, so they used to ruling anyway over you. So, you didn't come out of me, hey. That's how they view us. Some know who you are, but hey, they've been conditioned from childhood, into ruling over us. We gotta change that. But there was a time we ruled over them. Absolutely. All right. So just putting things in perspective. Just building y'all up. Now, in the textbooks, you learn that we've been indoctrinated to believe that Christopher Columbus discovered America. You read about Prince Henry the Navigator, Vasco da Gama, and a host of other Europeans who claim to be traders and explorers. They talk about what? European exploration, right? Textbooks, right? Textbooks. European exploration. Right? That's in the textbook, right? That's one of the main topics in textbooks. History textbooks, right? Am I correct with it? European exploration, then you have what? European what? I did check all these. Andre Truffaut, man. European colonization. All right? And that's what? Spaniard. Who else?
Conquistador.
Well, conquistador is not a nationality. Yeah. What does conquistador mean? Conqueror. Yeah, it's not a nationality. Yeah, we're talking about these are nationalities. Because they will all be conquistadors. Yeah. Portuguese, Dutch, French, and English. These are the main ones. All right? These are tribute treaties. Well, we had tribute treaties with these French, the Netherlands, France, and English. All right? Wars with all of them. Now, but what we're going to do is put our epistemology. Epistemology, I'm just saying the word, I'm not epistemology. Epistemology is a branch in philosophy of how one knows knowledge. How we, our people, know what they know is through a European epistemology. Europeans suppressed our epistemology, and our epistemology is images. So someone says, there should not be no graven images in Islam. I'm challenging that. I have a problem with it, and I'm challenging it. Y'all don't support that, do y'all? You support that? There should be no images in Islam. You don't support that, do you? Y'all support that?
No.
Oh.
No.
Come on. you're taking us away from our ancient epistemology. Our ancient epistemology deals with images. So to telling people not to deal with images, you're taking away from the epistemology. Our epistemology deals with images. So what are you trying to do? Whoever put it out there, what are you trying to do? You're talking about thousands of years of epistemology. Images, images, images. And you tell them not to deal with images? Who are you? So you have a controlling factor that tells you not to deal with images. Another controlling factor, Europeans, that distorted it, that Europeanizes images. I mean, Europeans deal with images. They Europeanize them. Another factor, don't deal with images, tell you not to deal with images. So they both took you away from your epistemology. So you say, well, I'm going over here to quote-unquote Islam. And you think you're safe, but they tell you not to deal with images. Europeans over here, they Europeanize them. They're both corrupt.
Islam.
Question.
Clear.
Clear? Am I clear on that? Questions? Comments? All right? So what we're going to do in preparing for the Imperial Divan is what is our epistemology and studying history? What is our historiography? What is our historiography? All right? With our epistemology and historiography. That's spelled right, Dr. G? That's spelled right. Historiography. Historiography. Thank you. Historiography. So what is our epistemology and what is our historiography and studying history? So we need an epistemology and we need a historiography and studying history. The problem is that we're following the European epistemology and the European historiography. Which the total, yes, Tamara.
Clarification. So are you saying epistemology is how we know language?
How we know what we know. How we learn
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay.
How do we know knowledge? How do we learn what we know? How do we know what we know? We know what we know through European epistemology. Our people down the street, people up the street, people, all right, people you work with, classified as black, people, colored.
So our origin was through like images such as hieroglyphs.
Yes, that's our epistemology. Nature.
Okay.
So our epistemology, I mean, do you need a book to walk down the street, walking down the street, and the sun is shining? You need a book for that. That's our epistemology. You don't need a book for that, do you? You got plants in the room. You need a book for this. Plants give up what? Plants what? Emit what? Give off what? You need a book for that? Oh, man, taking the oxygen in the plants and what? Carbon dioxide. You need a book for that. That's our epistemology, man. That's our epistemology. All right? Walking down the street. The sun stimulates the serotonin and melatonin in the brain. Neuromelon. You don't need epistemology. You don't need a book for that, do you? So our epistemology is what? Nature.
Nature's God.
So the Europeans took our epistemology and put it in the Declaration of Independence. What is it? Laws of nature and what? Nature's God. That's our epistemology. Yeah, but that's the white man stuff. Once again, these Afro-centric folks don't know jack.
So we have to get back to nature.
Yes, our epistemology. And it's a natural thing. It's just, I mean, if the Europeans just left us alone, which they're not going to do, we gotta believe this. So, but where they come out of it? Where their vacation home? So what are we going to do? We're going to educate our people, organize them into government structure. Educate our people, organize them government structure. That's what we're going to do. Bring them into this Moorish movement. That's what we're going to do. All right? So our epistemology is nature. So let's look at the histography. Histography. All right? So this is going to be in my textbook that I'm writing. Motivation, expanding. All right. What are we going to start with in my textbook? Dark Ages. Why? Well, we want to, so that we can comprehend colonization. We want to comprehend why the Dark Ages. We want to comprehend European exploration. All right. So we want to put European exploration in its proper epistemology. All right. We want to put European colonization of our land in its proper epistemology. All right. So one of my former co-workers asked me September of 2011, first day of school, Mr. Bey, as I was explaining to him, I was excited that the MOORS-MUURS all summer, and I'm excited, and so he had uncovered a lot of good material and so forth. And so he asked me, Mr. Bey, how did the Moors come to power? In fact, this is a history teacher. History teacher, that's important. How did the Moors come to power? Oh, that's easy. By defeat. How did the Europeans come into world power and domination? So I said to him, that's easy. By defeating the Moors. So we need a histography that reflects that in the textbooks. So we start with the Dark Ages. Why? Why the Dark Ages? Because we want to chronicle the European condition, right? So the Moors in 711, the Moors brought the Europeans out of this condition. So this histography will show your power. It will show that you educated the Europeans, that you taught them, that you civilized them. That's why you start. You start with a period where they were uncivilized, dying of diseases, couldn't bury their own dead, wasn't bathing. You start with that period. And then show you bring them out of that. It's connected to European exploration. What does it do? It will what? Show how the Europeans came into world power and domination. Yes. Like Mike. You see my histography, y'all? How you like my histography?
Islam.
I'm sorry, what does this 711 mean again?
Yeah.
The year. I'm sorry, year 711. All right, the year where from 711 to 713, Tariq ibn Ziyad, General Tariq ibn Ziyad, defeated Roderick. King Roderick was the king of the Visigoths, and under his rule, he was despotic. And under his rule, a lot of this decay took place, even prior to him. But it was King Roderick that was in rule at the time of the Moors taking over and civilizing. Because it wasn't, remember, keep in mind, we didn't go there and then what? Create chaos, uproot things.
Islam.
They keep that in mind, y'all. Come on, Europeans, where European scholars at? Where they at? I don't care what university you're from. Where they at? But they're lying. They're lying. Yeah, Moors conquered Spain. Whoa, hold on, European scholar. I got a problem with that. You said Moors conquered Spain. You're giving an improper historiography. You're presenting a wrong imagery. We built up Spain, Sicily, go to southern France. We built up. They were dying of diseases, fam. We're their saviors. Literally, Europeans should have a picture of one of us. Every, and I mean this, every European should have a picture of a Moor in a shrine in their house. I'm going to say it again. You know what I know. I'm not just talking out my butt. Every European should have a Moor in a shrine, an altar, Moor picture in their homes. Now, if I'm talking stupid, don't know what I'm talking about, please, you got the mic, talk with me. Why shouldn't they? The problem is they're not giving you credit for what you did. They're taking claims for what they're doing is lying and presenting as though that they did it. We're their saviors. You're talking about medical statistics, over 30 medical statistics, horticulture, hygiene, bathing. I'm talking about botany, horticulture, hygiene, medicine, surgery statistics. And because they needed that. So there was a high emphasis on medicine and surgery. Education, schools, bookstores, marketplaces, paved roads, street lights. That still stand today. Now, why should they have a shrine in the house? Why should they have a shrine in the house? Somebody talk me down, explain to me why they shouldn't have a shrine of us in their house. Aren't we their saviors? How did they get to where they are today? Surgery. Where did they learn surgery from? Medicine. Where did they learn that from? Architecture. Botany. They translated Arabic texts, medical books, surgery books, horticulture, botany, astronomy, from Arabic into Latin. There's no European curriculum anywhere in the world. Doesn't exist. So many European curriculum anywhere in the world. You got Harvard, Yale, Oxford, anywhere. Cambridge, you name it. European curriculum. Name it. Show me. You talk medicine. That's us. Physics, us. Botany, us. Geography, you name it. Trigonometry, you name it. That's us. They translated Arabic books into Latin. And from Latin into French, from French into English. They maintain the knowledge. And they lie to you. Say, what's his name? They give credit to Florence. Not Marco Polo. Christopher Columbus, another one.
America Vespucci.
Not America, they give credit to starting the Renaissance. Michelangelo was commissioned to Europeanize images. Michelangelo was commissioned to paint Europeans as saints and angels. You know who the saints are? The saints of Europe are people that look like this. You know what the saints of Europe look like? Of Europe. The saints of Europe look like people like me. You know who St. Maurice is? I'm building this up to the pure man. I gotta build y'all up. Who's St. Maurice? And with the Moor where? Moor, yes. That's just you just giving me his nationality, but you're not telling me anything about him. He's the Saint Maurice is the patron saint of an entire country today. He is the patron saint of an entire country. What country is that?
Germany.
Germany. Saint Maurice is the patron saint of Germany. Now you have countries that have a patron saint of the entire country. Well, he is it. Dark out of more. Darker than me. Alright? So, alright, from 711 to 1492, Moors ruled most of Portugal. Portugal for 500 years, Sicily 500 years. You have Spain, southern France. Moors ruled, that's Western Europe, and also ruling Eastern Europe. So you had the Ottoman dynasty came later. So you're looking at tremendous wealth and power, agriculture, marketplaces, trade, controlling the spice trade that was controlled by the Phoenicians and the Carthaginians, and 2,000 years ago. The world trade that's going on today was what? Initiated by whom? The Moors. They're lying to you in the textbooks by giving you a false historiography. What they're doing in the textbooks is, with the false historiography, is to present themselves as the establishers of trade. Marco Polo. Marco Polo didn't establish trade routes and trade with China and also India. Moors ruled India for 1,000 years. There's a book called Medieval India under Mohammedan rule, 712 to 1763. Medieval India. All right, I'm explaining medieval. I don't want to assume. Come over here. I'm like, man, what did terror do about Marcus? All right, here we go. Medieval. All right, period. What time period is this? What's the time period of the medieval period? It's also referred to as what? Middle Ages. What's the time period?
1000 to
711, 1492. Oh, wow. Isn't that something? Wow, 711 to 1492, the period of the Moors' rule. Isn't that something? How they refer to that as the middle, all right? Middle Ages, and they'll have they'll have their false historiography and false epistemology. Yeah, the Renaissance. You know, Michelangelo and Dante and, you know, showing all these Europeans. Yeah, if it wasn't for the Renaissance, we wouldn't be where we are today. So they're giving themselves credit for, you know, bringing the world of enlightenment. It's also called what? The Age of Enlightenment. Or the Renaissance. Also, they'll talk about the Protestant movement. You know who initiated the Protestant movement?
Luther.
No. Don't give that man no credit. He said Martin Luther initiated the Protestant movement. He did not. Let me explain. I said he did not, so let me chance to explain that he did not. What was the impetus of the Protestant movement, or what spurred the Protestant movement? The Moors, not Martin Luther. Prior to the Moors, under Roderick, yes.
Was Origin, did he have anything to do with it?
Who's he?
Origin, he was one of the Moorish saint. Well, he's mentioned in the Bible, but they never told us he was a Moor, but in the war. He was one of the ones that was really against what was going on with the, I guess with the Constantine. Not in agreement with those changes.
No, we go, all right, we looking at
Later on.
7/11/1492,
Later, okay.
the Protestant movement. What spurred the Protestant movement?
If they were protesting.
Well, all right, but why were they able to be in a position to protest? What spurred that? What spurred that?
Religious conflict.
All right, so what spurred that religious conflict? Remember, they didn't read. They didn't have access prior to the Moors now. Prior to the Moors civilizing Europe,
They didn't want the
they didn't have access to books. Only the aristocrat and the wealthy had access to books. They didn't have access to books. So since they know they didn't read, because they didn't have access to books. Who made books accessible? Who made reading? Who pushed reading and education? The Moors. Under the Umayyad dynasty. We've made education available. Libraries. Cordova is a library. It's a library that houses over 600,000 manuscripts. Bookstores. We, prior to the Moors, civilizing Europe, no one was walking around like this, doing this. Follow me. Get the women here with a book in their hand. You see this? You know, walking around with a book in their hand. You didn't see that, bro. The only aristocrats wealthy that, had books. But they weren't walking around, because they were, Moors. Who spurred this? Who spurred? Now throughout Europe they're doing this now. Walking around with a book in their hand. Going into bookstores. Libraries. Who spurred that? We did. So we spurred the Protestant movement. It was our education of out educating the poor, making education widespread, that spurred that thinking, that with the impetus of their challenging, because they didn't read, they didn't have access to the literature. So now once you're able to read, you're going to challenge, you're in a position to challenge, and you're thinking now. We spurred that. Once again, we're using their epistemology and their historiography. That's our problem. We're using their historiography and their epistemology to analyze everything. As long as you do that, you will forever be under their control. Duality said what? In order to change the people, must change their literature. We have to change their epistemology and historiography. Go back to the ancient epistemology and give them a historiography that includes them as what? Rulers. The historiography that they're giving us what? Paint us as subjects, subordinate. That's their motive. So you would never know your sovereign power, your connection to that fez, that apron, connection to this land. So that's what their textbook's about. Their historiography for subrogation and control. that benefits Europeans. So now Europeans, yeah, you know, the Renaissance, man. You know, yeah, Dante. You know, right? And we, of course, we go along with it because that's what you're starting to know. Even Afrocentric folks don't even, they're not even on this level. I'm talking about Afrocentric folks. They're not even on this level. They couldn't come up here and do no lecture like this. They're not even on this level.
Ernest Reed.
Yes.
Why is it called medieval?
All right. Great question. This is why they designate as medieval. 0, 2000. So 7/11, 1492 is the middle period of 0. They call it 0 AD. This is all right to 2000 AD. This is the middle period. All right. So it's referred to as the Middle Ages or medieval period. This position as far as the timeline. Now, we know this is not our epistemology. We don't see time like this. We're not doing it.
Right.
It's linear. I mean, it's linear. You know what I'm saying? We don't see time linear. We see time what?
Circular.
You're not. Yes, that's their epistemology. So, but remember, I didn't call it the Middle Ages. I didn't call it the medieval period. They use that in textbooks. So I got to give you the terms that they use in textbooks. In textbooks, they have a section called what? The age. They call it what? The Age of Enlightenment, Renaissance. So we use those terminology and then what? Connect ourselves to it. So we're the Renaissance. We're the Renaissance. We spurred the Protestant movement. We're the Age of Enlightenment. There are universities that have centers, they call centers of medieval studies in major universities. That's what those professors do. Exclude you. Exclude you. Those centers for medieval studies exclude you. They got them, look it up. Centers for medieval studies. Yes, Dr. Knight.
We know we were included because when they tell on themselves a little bit.
That's my please. Oh, you say we're included. No, you gotta tell me how.
No, not when I say included.
I mean, we know they know, and I guess I use for example that comedy, The Black Knight, when they use the term Moor to describe Martin Lawrence's character in a medieval setting, and they called him a Moor throughout that movie.
Right.
So
right.
they know, they just, as you said, exclude deliberately our presence and our importance.
Yeah, I was talking about the Centers for Medieval Studies. There are centers called, in major universities, they have what's called the Center for Medieval Studies. If you Google that, Centers for Medieval Study, and get their outline, you're excluded. You're nowhere in that. So they actually aren't teaching medieval studies. They're not. All right. How can you teach medieval studies without teaching the Moors? Huh? All right, somebody explain to me. Anyone, please, come on here. How can you teach medieval studies without talking about the Moors? So if you don't talk about the Moors, what is it called? Lie. Therefore they're not studying medieval studies. they're not teaching. I mean, the Center for Medieval Studies throughout these different big universities do not teach medieval studies. I know what they're calling it. I'm saying they're not teaching medieval studies. You cannot teach medieval studies without talking about the Moors as in their major way. Not just mention. Not, oh, by the way. Not, oh, yeah, I forgot. No, did you know? You know, no. As the center of study. What did these Europeans do? That are referenced in Moors and Masonry. Talk about us as the center of study. Robert Davis, Professor of Italian Renaissance Studies, Ohio State University. The enslavement of Europeans doesn't fit the general theme of European world conquest and colonization. That essential to scholarship on the early modern era. Read it again. The enslavement of Europeans doesn't fit the general theme of European world conquest and colonization that is essential to scholarship on the early modern era. So what is central is European colonization, all right? But not the enslavement of Europeans. The enslavement of Europeans doesn't fit the theme of European colonization. So what is central in their epistemology is European colonization. What is not central, or is not central, was not even discussed in textbooks in the controlled schools, is enslavement of Europeans by the Moors. Linda Cowley, Robert Davis, Christine Woodard, they write about it. Many European professors have researched and written about it. Unfortunately, they're not asked to write textbooks. Unfortunately, I got you, sister, their classes are electives. Unfortunately, their research and studies not put in textbooks. But keep this in mind, brother, but I showed you in Moors and Masonry. This has been well researched by European scholars. Well studied. Joseph Morgan in the 1800s, a prolific European historian. Yes, sister.
I needed to know which dynasty. I caught the word dynasty, but I didn't catch the first word. You said blank dynasty made the education available. Right. I know it wasn't blank, but I couldn't catch it.
No problem. Umayyad dynasty was the first Moorish dynasty. 711. Umayyad was one there. The Umayyad dynasty. And a dynasty is a ruling family. Europeans call it House of Windsor, House of Hanover. So a house is analogous to dynasty. It's a ruling family. Father, son, grandson, great-grandson, great-great-grandson, great-great-grandson, ruling, that's a ruling family. And the name of the dynasty is named after the founder of the dynasty. Like you have what's his name?
Kennedy.
Nevin. No, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about us.
Saladin established this dynasty. It's called the Hana. Get this for me, Andre. Look it up. Look up Saladin. I can't remember spelling. Look at Saladin. It'll come up. If you look at Saladin, the dynasty will come up. Saladin. Okay. So give me the
B.I.D.
What is it?
B.I.D.
All right, B.I.D. I knew what. That's A-Y-Y-U B-I-D. All right. That's his family. That's his family name. So he was the founder of this dynasty. And never something. It lasted for a little over 100 years. And Saladin was very powerful. This dynasty was very powerful, particularly under Saladin's rule.
1137.
To what?
1139. 1193.
1193. All right.
March 1193.
All right, so 1137 to 1193, Saladin. Now spell the name for me. There's different spellings.
S-A-L-A-D-I-N.
S-A-L-D-I-N. All right, Saladin. So he was one of this Saladin was very powerful, very influential, and dominating in relationship to the Europeans. So we don't know our power. As I said, these Afrocentric folks are nowhere near this. See, because all they talk about is mostly their main things that we was brought in shackled and chains. They don't talk period where we were fighting Europeans, killing Europeans, slaving Europeans. They're not talking period of our rulership is shackles and chains. No, fam. We had the Osman dynasty. So let me explain. This dynasty was also powerful. OS. Osman dynasty. That's the founder. Osman is the founder. The Europeans Germanized it to call Ottoman. It's not Ottoman, that's German. They Germanized it, it's Osman. Osman dynasty. That's the name of the founder. Alright, so the dynasty is named after the founder. And that dynasty lasted from 12-something to 1930. A long-lasting dynasty. Very powerful. Controlled parts of Africa and Eastern Europe and Eastern Europe. I know the Europeans write about that. Where the African scholars at? And what they do is they Europeanize these caliphs and emirs. They Europeanize them. So you go on YouTube, your YouTube or Google it, you see Europeanization. That's what they did. Because what? The key was to disconnect you. They don't want you to see yourself in a position of power. They'll show you what? In the textbooks, bound in chains. They're whipping you, holding you down. Not going to show you a position of power over them where you're cutting them, chopping their heads off. Where you're educating them. That was the whole key. Their whole epistemology was to not show you in position of power. So that why? So you wouldn't get back to it. Because if you know about it, you wouldn't want to rule again.
1281 to 1922.
Thank you. 1281 to 1922?
Yes.
All right. So we teach them, they will want to rule again. We can't have that. We can't have them wanting to rule again, right? We can't have them wanting to rule again, right? We teach them, they want to, act like they know, and start ruling over us. They want to act like that we got no authority over them. Like they'll walk around and say they're the sovereign, the white man. We can't have that. We can't have them walking around saying they're the white man. And we're the white man. We're the sovereigns. We're the rulers of land. We can't have them walking around saying they're white. We can't have walking around saying that, we had that, they had us enslaved. We can't walk around having that, We can't have walk around with that fez on. I mean, we got the fez on. We have parades. That's our fez. It's the Shriners Fez. Boys Fez. No, brother man. This is Shriners Fez. No, it's Moorish Fez. No, it's Shriners Fez. We can't have them thinking it's the Shriners Fez. I mean, the Moorish Fez. All right, so this whole epistemology is to subjugate us. They're running our government and colonizing our land. I want to ask this question, and I hope and I pray. In fact, I'm going to get on my knees right now. I'm going to say a prayer. Why ask the question? Please, great cosmic mother, let them answer this question right. I've asked this question at class at Melbourne, class at New York, class at Philadelphia, and here quite a few times. And they keep getting it wrong. Please let them answer this question right, correctly. Amen. Ra. Here's the question. This brother must have lost his mind. I do that to keep people's attention, keep you all waiting. All right? What is the name? And Andre, do not answer. Tamara, do not answer. Dr. Nailah, do not answer. What is the name of this government? We got an answer, right?
U.S.
Oh, great Allah of the moon. I'm going to ask the question again. And please, let me get a correct answer. What is the name of this government? Go ahead. Oh, here you go.
Republic.
Thank you. He said Republic of all the colonies. That's the name of this government.
Our government.
No. Oh. My question is, what is the name of this government? He gave the right answer. What's wrong with my question? I didn't, and Dr. Nailah, I didn't know there was two governments here. I'm kind of hold on. I said, I didn't know there was two governments. I'm confused. So you said our government, but I didn't know there was two governments. If I say what's the name of this government, why do I have to say ours? Because I didn't know it was two. I didn't know it was. So you say there's two governments here? What's the two governments here?
I don't know. I'm asking.
There isn't.
Okay.
There isn't two governments here. There's only one. What is the brother hit? What is it? All right. The Moorish Republic is the name of the government. The only one. No other. No other government. The only government. Run by whom? Who runs the Moorish Republic? Who runs the Moorish nation? What entity runs the Moorish nation?
U.S. corporation.
Thank you. Is the U.S. corporation a government?
No.
Thank you. So, there's only one government. I've asked the question. Class in New York, several times. Maryland, several times. Philadelphia, you name it. Ohio, Chicago, Detroit, you name it. And everybody gets it wrong. What's the problem? Why are we getting it wrong? That's
We don't know our power.
you say no documentation. All right, hold on.
President Washington, letter to.
No, hold on. Now, when I do ask the question, what is the name of this government? You know the response I get? United States Corporation. All right. Let me. All right. Is the name of this government United States? So can we? So let's prove what it's not. Let's first prove. Before I prove what it is, let me prove what it's not. I can prove that it's not United States. I can prove that, and prove that it's more. I can do both. So let me prove that it's not the United States. That United States is not a government. Let me prove it. Say no documentation, no problem. I'm gonna use their own documentation. To prove that it's not the United States. And I'm gonna prove that it's the Moorish nation. I love the challenge. First, I'm gonna prove that it's not the United States. I gave you my epistemology, right? Dark Ages, I gave you my historiography, all right? Dark Ages. What I said, 7-11.
7-11.
Moorish rule of Europe. Moorish rule of Europe. All right? So that's my historiography. All right, so it's Roman number 1. Our textbook. Roman number 3. All right? Moorish control of the spice trade. Right? Moorish sea control of the seas. That's 1500 to say 1500 to 1700s. All right. So here we go. There's a book entitled "The Authors Unknown." This is the title of the book. Conquest of America. The Discovery of America. This is the title of the book. Discovery of America. The outgrowth of the conquest of the Moors. Discovery of America. The outgrowth of the conquest of the Moors. Authors unknown. Google it. Discovery of America. The outgrowth of the conquest of the Moors. Analyze that title. The title is saying a lot. What I'm doing here, what I've done here for the past 30 minutes with my historiography and our epistemology is to show you our rulership. Is to place ourselves back into history. All right. So their false historiography presents that the United States is a country, a nation. That's their historiography. So that Thomas Jefferson that they met in October, in September 1774, 1775, the Continental Congress, Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration of Independence, so that they can challenged, the British rule, and they had the American Revolution, 1777, 1778, 1779, the American Revolution in the English colonies, fighting the mother, the mother, England, and they were able to defeat, the British, and now gain their independence. And they started a new nation. With this Declaration of Independence, a new nation was born. Yay! And they had July 4th, celebrating the independence of this new nation. July 4th, 1776, this new nation was formed. Lie, lie, lie. Once you put yourself into history, you will clearly see your connection and where they got the power from. The Europeans, France, England, and the Netherlands in the 1600s, out the 1700s, were paying annual tribute to the Moors to pass the high seas. Who were they fighting? It's easy to see them when you don't know you. It's easy to see them when you don't know you. But once you know you, you don't see them as the white man, the sovereign, the American, the founding fathers. The problem is we don't know who we are, we don't see us. I chronicle the tremendous power. There's a book, 3-volume book called The Moorish Empire in Europe. The Moorish Empire in Europe by S.B. Scott, volumes 1, 2, and 3. Each volume is 600 pages long. Each volume is over 600 pages long. He chronicles the Moorish power, the Moorish dynasties, and each caliph and emir that reigned, and activities that were happening under each reign. Yes. S.P. Scott. S.P. Scott. That was published in 1891. Volumes 1, 2, and 3. Each, you need all 3 volumes for like 54 notes. Order them as one, all together. You get all 3 volumes for 54 notes. And each volume is over 600 pages. So we don't see our power. So we bought the story that this United States colonial power, which is the conglomeration of Spain, Portugal, France, England, and the Netherlands. They combine their forces to defeat, to bring us down. And the Crusades against the Moors from 1095 to 1235, they were establishing night orders, Knights of St. John's of Jerusalem, now called the Knights of Malta, 1119. Later the Knights of Rose and Knights of Malta. So they were establishing many night orders to fight against the Moors. So where did they gain the power from? Whom did they defeat? Question to you, brother. Who did they defeat to come into world power? But you gotta discuss our power. There's a book called Alexander Van Boutenal's book, Unexpected Faces in Ancient America. And in there he shows over 150 photos of figurines, statuettes, Stonehenge heads that look like me and you, found in Veracruz, Mexico, North Central America.
Did you name the book again?
Unexpected Faces in Ancient America by Alexander Von. They can search by title. They can search it by title. Unexpected Faces in Ancient America. Alexander von Boutenal. W-U-T-H-A-N-A-U. It's German, so the W is a V sound. It's Boutenal. The W is a V sound in Germany. That's why they don't. You say, why are they saying Volkswagen? Why is she saying Volkswagen? Volkswagen. It's Volkswagen. No, it's Volkswagen. No, it's Volkswagen. No, it's Volkswagen. And then she's not going to say that. They're not going to say Volkswagen. They're not going to say Volkswagen because they see the W as a V sound. Volkswagen. Volkswagen. It's Boutenal. She's German. So, how am I doing so far, brother? Huh? All right. So as long as they can disconnect you from this, your power, wars we have with them, with Spain and Portugal, the Knights Templar are revered today in Portugal. They sell miniature Knight Templars, miniature Knight Templars models in their stores. Why? It was the Knights Templar that defeated the Moors and gained control of Portugal. And the Knights Templars were refashioned into the Order of Christ. It was the Order of Christ. What's his name? Prince Henry the Navigator was a member of the Order of Christ. Vasco da Gama, a member of the Order of Christ. The Order of Christ took over the spice trade from the Moors. It was the Moors who had control of the spice trade. The Moorish mill, M-I-L-L, was the most powerful coin in the world because it was connected to trade. We controlled the trade and built up tremendous wealth through trade. So the Europeans took over the existing trade route for the Moors. That's how did they gain wealth? They took the wealth from the Moors. So what they do in the textbooks is, the age of exploration. They cut you out. So you don't see, you're reading the textbooks. Your mind's on the textbooks. So they disconnect you from that. So it appears that they established trade. And they were exploring. So this was untapped land. Nothing happened until the Europeans came on the scene. The world was dumbfounded. The world was an age of darkness until the Europeans came on the scene. You know what I mean? Brought the light to the world, trade. You know what I mean? They stumbled along this, and we brought that crap. You talk about trade route going back over 2,000 years, 25,000, or 4,000, 5,000 years. The Carthaginians and the Phoenicians, with Hannibal and the Alps, and the Iberian Peninsula, controlling the spice trade. So as long as you see them as the power and don't see yourselves. So what country they established? How you gonna establish a country in another people's land? Huh?
You need a unum sanctum to do that.
No, you don't. You can't establish no country in other people's land. Because it's
That's
not
what
a...
they did.
No, they didn't. No, they
It's
didn't.
not a country.
Thank you. All right. Come up here, Andre. You said we do some unum sanctum to establish a country in other people's land.
I'm saying that's what they use.
No, to establish a country
Oh no,
or to colonize the
to
land.
colonize. To colonize.
Yeah, so, yeah, colonize. So they're always a colonist is 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 a colonist. A colonial power is a colonial power is a colonial power is a colonial power. 200 years ago, last week, last year. All right.
Yeah, that's all they can be.
A thief is a thief is a thief is a thief. A year passes. I stole his phone. I'm still what? A thief. This is still his phone. How did I... Hold on. You made it so long. So, because I had it in my possession for 1 year, it makes it mine? What law is that? Hold on, help me out. What law is that? I can steal something and have it in my possession for a year, and now because law is mine? What law is that? I can steal your car and have it for a year, and now because mine? What law is that? It's called colonization. They've never established a country. Why? Because they're not the sovereigns. They don't have the sovereign. They rule by what? They rule by what?
Substitution.
They're not ruling by.
Colonization.
They're not ruling by legitimate sovereign power. They're not ruling by birthright. Are they ruling by birthright? Sovereign power? Or are they ruling by what? The pen, military power, and colonization. So they're not what? The legitimate. They're de facto. Family, we must see them as who they are. They're colonists. Our problem is that we keep seeing them as some legitimate. Their administration can never be legitimate.
Color of office.
I can't take over your house and then be in there for 25 years. And now I took over your house by force. And then I'm legitimate? How can I ever be legitimate? I took over your house by force. How could I ever be legitimate? You know, we're using a European epistemology. We're using a European historiography. As long as we use a European epistemology and a European historiography, we're going to view it like that. We don't even see them as colonists. We see them as establishing some country. A land that's not even theirs. A land that they colonized. A people whom they defeated at war. How can they establish a country? Family, they walk around, they have these parades every year. And they walk around these fezzes, but I fed more fezzes.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, Great War.
St. Patrick's Day.
All right? Any questions? All right. We're going to set the stage. Let's set the stage for this. one of my favorite topics. Have you ever seen this before? Do you know what this is?
March government.
Part of it, not all of it, part of the Moorish government.
Moorish rulership?
All right, Moorish rulership, correct, but part of the Moorish government, part of Moorish rulership. All right, the Imperial Divan, the Shriners, the ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the mystic shrine, now called Shriners International, uses this word or this term, Imperial Divan, for the structure of the organization. Where did they get this from? Where did the European Shriners get that from? Where did they get that word from? Where did they get this term from, Imperial Divan? Where did they get that from?
March government.
In treaties, and I'll read one of them.
And the treaties between
Morocco and England, look, you'll see Divan. I'm looking for one of them now. You'll see Divan in the treaties, and you'll see where they got it from. But that deals with the part of the Moorish structure of government. That's the executive. This is the executive branch of the Moorish government. The executive branch of the Moorish government. That's what this is, the executive branch of the Moorish government. Now, the United States colonial power uses the term presidential cabinet. They use the term presidential cabinet. Now, the ancient Egyptian Arabic order uses the term royal court. Royal court. So the royal court is, which is the Imperial Divan, are those ministers or viziers, secretaries, anyone that dealt with in the Moorish court, because we use this word Divan, which is also connected to royal court and also connected to Moorish presidential cabinet. The Europeans substituted, the United States colonial power substituted the Imperial Divan for the presidential cabinet. So what does Donald Trump wears two headdresses at the same time. He has two headdresses on at the same time. And the two headdresses that Donald Trump wears, symbolically speaking, all right? Oh, we got it over here. All right. The two headdresses that he wears, symbolically speaking, is the Moorish fez and the pilgrim's hat. All right, he wears the Moorish fez and the pilgrim's hat. The seat that he sits in, the Oval Office, the Moorish Oval Office, is the seat of Moorish power. Donald Trump represents the United States. But the seat that he sits in and the power that he wields is your power. It's not United States power. United States is a colonial power that's exercising a power of a nation, a people. And that nation is the Moorish nation. Moorish nation. Or the hit it, brother. There we go. So we're going to use the term, we're going to use Moorish nation. Donald Trump is exercising the highest executive power of the Moorish nation. He is the substitute Grand Vizier. What we have to do is tie our government to ourselves. The problem is we keep tying it to them. We keep tying our government to them. We keep disconnecting because we're using their epistemology. We're using their historiography. So we keep tying it to them. Does a corporation establish embassies? No. And throughout the world? No. What power do they need to establish embassies throughout the world?
Sovereign power.
What do they have on the back of the Federal Reserve note? What's on the back of the Federal Reserve note?
Great seal.
Oh, all right. There you go. Oh, they're not using our sovereignty. They're not using our sovereignty. Oh, all right. Don't they wear these? Don't they wear this? Oh, don't they use Moorish names for their lodges? Oh, they don't know who we are. All right, yes. They're not recognizing us. Yes, they are. They're recognizing the power. They're recognizing the power. They wear your fezzes. They use your Moorish names. I got you. All right? They're not recognizing the power. They use this because they know that's the power. All right, go ahead, sister.
You said Grand Wazir.
I'm going to explain.
Okay.
I'm going to explain.
What I was thinking of, I think is the KKK. They have Grand Wizard.
All right, that's your title.
No. I'm just.
No, that's your title.
Just association.
I know. That's. I want you to. I want to explain it to you. The KKK has your title. The KKK uses whose title?
Yours?
Whose title does the KKK use? Whose title? Let me explain. You say Grand Wizard, right? Grand Wizard. Right. Only because you took me off. Only because you took me off. Only because I can't. I have to explain it now because you said it. No, that's fine. No, fine. Only reason I'm doing it now because you said it, and I need to let people know that this is theirs. The problem is we're using it European epistemology. That's what they want you to do. They want you to disassociate your title and associate it with them. Grand Wizard. All right? Wizard in Latin is vis, which means to see. So a wizard is a seer. A wizard is a seer. So there's a philosophy and science that's connected to this. So the grand seer, all right, in English is what? W-I-S, as in wisdom. That's English, that's Latin. A visionary. So a grand wizard isn't a visionary. A seer. How does that relate to them? How's that their title? All right? So once again, they've taken our titles, taken our science, Europeanized images, create a epistemology that favors them to disconnect you from it and what? To tie them to it. That's their whole epistemology is the what? disconnect you and what? Replace you with themselves. That's their epistemology. That's their whole plan, their whole scheme of epistemology. How one knows knowledge. So how do you know, why do you associate that with them? Because you're using their epistemology. That's why, so you read something, yeah, grand wizards, and you immediately associate with them. Because we what? Using their epistemology. That's why.
Even a flag that carries on
Star Spangled Banner?
the galactic flag.
Yes, oh yes. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into, all right, so you clear on that? And everybody listening, you clear on that, right? All right, so Tamara said even the galactic flag, what they call the Confederate flag. But let me first explain the Star Spangled Banner. All right, this is you, but I ain't done. I'm still, prove my point. All right. Star Spangled Banner. Star Spangled Banner. Here we go. What is the origin? What is the origin of the colors in the Star Spangled Banner?
Red, white, and blue.
All right. What's the origin of it?
Egyptian calendar.
All right. Star Spangled Banner. Do we have the Star Spangled Banner here? You have the Star Spangled Banner?
In the basement.
You know where it is? I mean, can you walk down and
No.
all right.
No, it's too big, and it's wrapped up.
All right. So Star Spangled Banner. Red, and white, and blue. Now, Sirius, the dog star, flickers throughout the ages as red, white, and blue. All right? Times where it's blue, other times where it's red or red and blue. All right? Now, Egypt is European epistemology. The word Egypt is European epistemology. All right, let me explain what I mean. European epistemology. Egypt is a Greek word. This is a Greek form. Egypt, that's Greek. That's European epistemology. Guptus. Or Guptus. All right? Our epistemology is this. Het. Ka. Het ka pata. That's our epistemology. Het ka pata. All right? Het ka pata. All right? Translated. Temple of Ka or Ptah. The temple of Ka or Ptah. So Ka is the breath. The breath is that's Ka. So this is the name Egypt is derived from Het Ka Ptah. This is our epistemology. So the temple of Ka or Ptah, there are three main headdresses of the temple of Ka or Ptah that you call Egypt. You have the white crown of upper, what they call Egypt. So let me put all of them down. Head, jet, Desser, Rect, and Caprice. Alright, so these are the three main crowns of Hekah Fatah. This is white crown, red crown, and blue crown. Oh, these aren't your colors? Red, white, and blue is not your colors? Red, white, and blue is not your colors? They're not? Alright. White means purity. Purity means God. God means ruler of the land. White means purity. Purity means God. God means ruler of the land. White means purity. Purity means God. God means ruler. Oh, white means white people, sovereignty, white sovereign. Oh, where'd that come from? Oh. The sovereign crown of quote-unquote Upper Egypt? Oh. You have the red crown of Lower Egypt. Then you have the war crown that one of the actors wore in the movie Moses. Yeah, war, W-A-R, war crown. It's a war crown. Red, white, and blue. Does that mean that today? They never stopped meaning that. Once again, we're using European epistemology and historiography. We keep associating everything with them. I mean, that's it, yes.
So do the gold banner around the red, white, and blue changes the spectrum of the meaning?
All right. Tara asked a question. Great question. Thank you for that. The question is, does the gold fringes around the Star Spangled Banner change its meaning?
Yeah.
All right.
Military.
All right. I mean, once again, we got to use our epistemology. What is the national flag of this land? What is the national flag of this land that Donald Trump is under? Of this land, what is it?
Great cedar tree on the white background.
This right here? That Donald Trump is under. George Bush, Al Gore. They're on this land, they're under this flag. They're on this land. If there's anyone on this land, the national flag of this land is that. Anyone on this land is under that. Anyone on this land, that is the national flag of this land. Come on, European freedmen groups. Talk to me. What the European freedmen groups are doing, hear me out, fam. What the European freedmen groups are doing is presenting the Star Spangled Banner as the national flag, as a flag. They're presenting the Star Spangled Banner as a flag, and they're presenting it as a national flag. So, yeah, with the fringes or without the fringes, all right, fam. It's not the national flag of the land. It's not the national flag of the land. I'm not going to that, but just, what I'm trying to do, what I'm doing is giving you our epistemology. Before I explain the gold fringes, whatever, I gotta first give you our epistemology. I can't start with their epistemology. That's their epistemology. Because they're presenting it as a flag. So, well, the gold fringes, that's admiralty, come on, come on, am I right? Help me out, y'all. I don't want to talk about, please. I take the mic. I'm talking about, aren't those European freedmen groups? You go to their website. Those European freedmen groups present it like this. Yeah. Without the gold fringes, see, that's the flag of the land. Come on, y'all. Yeah. With the gold fringes, see, that's Admiralty and Maritime. See, without the gold fringes, it's the flag of the land. I'm saying, once again, what's the flag of the land? You're following their epistemology. You're following their historiography. There you go. Without the gold fringes, it is the, see, what should be flying on the land is the Star Spangled Banner without the gold fringes. No, it should not be. What should be flying, come on y'all, you're using their epistemology. You're using their epistemology. What should be flying on the land in every courtroom is what? What should be flying on the land in every courtroom is what? What should be flying on the land in every courtroom is what? Talk to me. You're using their epistemology. You're going to their website and swear you're being educated. Yeah, I know something now. Yeah, see, the gold fringes, that's Admiralty in Congress. Yeah, man. Yeah, without the gold fringes, see, that's the national flag. No, it's not. God bless America, land that I love, on the mountains, through the prairie, on the ocean, and before. God bless America, land. I'm doing it for effect. I'm doing it for effect. As long as I get to put it across. As long as I get to put it across. You're using their epistemology. What do they do? At every baseball game, football game, talk to me. They show what? The Star Spangled Banner. God bless America. That ain't the American flag. Hold on, I gotta hold on. What are they saying? God bless America. And they got the Star Spangled Banner up there. I'm confused. I'm brother's child, help me out, because I'm confused. They keep singing the Star Spangled, they keep saying God bless America, and they show the Star Spangled Banner. I'm confused. The problem is they're using their epistemology, fam. You got a question, criticism, comment, please come forth now. Somebody. I don't know what I'm talking about. Please, talk to me.
They just said love it.
Is that?
They just said love it.
Right on. Because I'm giving them our epistemology. So, gold fringes or not gold fringes? One, it's not the national flag. How about that? What should be flying in the courtroom?
We don't have courtrooms.
No, I'm saying,
Good point.
no, hear me out. What should be flying in courtrooms? Because there's something, all right, there's something flying there. There's something there. There's something there. So what is there? There's something there.
A banner.
There's something. So what? So instead of that, what should be there? I don't know. If I'm off, please, somebody take the mic. If I'm off, take the mic. It should be flying there? That's not the flag. Is that the national flag? That's the national flag, right? This is what? This is not the national flag. God bless America. This is not the national flag. We're using their epistemology. That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, they got the gold. They got, it's a three-ring goose now. We're using their epistemology. Their epistemology is They're fooling y'all, fam. Their epistemology, that's so European freedom groups, their epistemology is that the gold fringes shouldn't be flying, but the one without the gold fringes. That's their epistemology. What I'm saying is, neither the gold fringes nor the one without should be in the courtroom. You ain't want to hear that from them. Why? Because they're colonists. They give jack butt about you. I'm talking about the freemen groups. If you go to their sites, because you're using their epistemology. Yeah, the one without the gold fringes should be in courtroom. I'll say it should not be. That's amity too. So my response is, what does it matter? They're both amity. They're lying to you. Lying to you. Because they want you to be fixed with their epistemology that the one without the gold fringes is the national standard of the land. So you get caught with the gold fringes. Gold fringes. I'm saying neither one. Because what? It's not mother. This is mother. We've got to use our epistemology. We must push mother. 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 This is mother. Anyone comes to the land must kiss mother. All European mother. This is their mother. This is their mother. This is Europeans' mother. We're using their epistemology. Questions, comments, or criticism? How am I doing? I came here to play the game, clear up concepts. I came here to clear up concepts. I came here to clear up concepts. I hope I clear up some concepts. So when I come back next month, what's the name of this man? What's the name of this country? So this gold fringes or not gold fringes, that's a distraction because neither one is the national flag of the land. Well, neither one's a flag, and they both are admiralty. Not just because what they're doing is they're pushing off the one without the fringes as the national flag. That's all they're doing. These freemen groups ain't talking no Moorish history. They're playing themselves that they're the Americans. They're the white one. They're not one. These are the three titles that they claim. Those freemen groups claim these three titles. Our three titles. Christian. They claim that one. White and Americans. All right. Go on their sites. Go on their sites. American, Christian, and white. Those three titles. Three of your titles. They're not white. They're not Christians. And they're not American. Did I break down last week? Show you that they're not Christians? They're not white. Here it is. White means purity. Purity means God. God means rule of the land. All right? So let me continue. And the only reason I stayed on that longer, just to sink it in. I just can't just go by stuff quick.
I got a quick question.
Please do. Don't make it quick. You gotta make it quick. Go ahead.
So why do they call it a banner? What's the difference between banner and
Oh, good. Remember, they're both are. They're both, the ones with the gold fringes and the one without the gold fringes are banners. They're both admiralty. So be clear on that. And neither one's a flag. Flag and banner. All right. Right on, though. Good question. Let's put here epistemology. Banner, flag. National, and this is universal. It would be China, France, whatever. If I'm anywhere in the world, I can just use the same national sovereign standard of the land. Standard of the high seas. Which is apathy. In fact, they don't even call it a flag. Star. Right. Now, you see, why are you calling it a flag? Ask somebody, what's the name of it? Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. What's the name of that? What's the name of that? Star. The Star Spangled Banner. Why are we calling it a flag? The one with the flag, fringes, the one without. I wish we would do something right here, man. Something bust their butt. They get rats about you. When I went to Millie's, what's her name's house? Emily Ford. Emily Ford, European, who attended one of the round table classes 20 years ago, 7, something like that, 15 years ago. She would have full classes, female groups and stuff, Europeans, and a few nationalized Moors would go to her classes, you know. So they had been telling me about her, so I wanted to go. So I went, you know, to the class. I didn't go back. And I'll tell you why. After I explained this, you will comprehend why I didn't go back. So during the course, they were talking about the Dred Scott case. And so I raised my hand and said to the class, we were out at the table, I said, well, the main issue of the Dred Scott case is that Dred Scott was plaintiff in error because he's a Moor classified as Negro. Therefore, he had no standing in law. Right? It had nothing to do with European liking him or not liking him. The issue was that he had no standing in law because of his classification of Negro. So at the end of now, prior to the class, they would dap me up. Europeans hugging me, you know, welcoming me and everything. This is important. I decided to back up. Before the class, they were hugging me, welcoming me, then, you know, thank you, come again, and so forth. Now, after the class, those same Europeans who was dapping me up, same Europeans, turned their back on me. Now, you think they're for you? All right, go ahead. Now, if you want to be naive, go ahead, you can be naive. I ain't. You think they're for you? All right. But they can keep you enslaved. Somehow, some way. Figure out how, somehow, some way. To keep you enslaved, they would do it. If they could somehow, you know what I mean, continue to push the Moorish Republic, and somehow keep you enslaved, they would do it. Keep thinking it for you. I ain't. They don't push a shred of Moorish history. Presenting the Star Spangled Banner as a national flag and lying to you saying, well, the one without the fringes is the flag of the land, and that should be in the courtroom. I'm saying this should be in the courtroom. Neither one of them should be in the courtroom, this one. But are they doing that? No. They ain't saying, yeah, this should be in the courtroom and not the one with the gold fringes. Yeah, the one without the gold fringes should be, the one without the gold fringes, the one that should be in the courtroom. No, this is the one that should be in the courtroom. How about that, female groups? Talk to me. I'll bust their butt. still my birthright. Any questions? Criticism? I shouldn't say I should, what's their what? Whatever. I should say. I'm talking about intellectual. Of our epistemology. All right, I'm going to continue with this. I have this in Moors-MUURS-MOORISH. This whole outline, I break this down. All right? For those who have Moors-MUURS-MOORISH, those who have the book Moors-MUURS-MOORISH watching live, all right, take out your Moors-MUURS-MOORISH book. It's in 2 sections of the book. But guess what? I did you a solid and put it at the beginning of the book. I put it within the book and also put it at the beginning. I did you all solid. The same thing in 2 different places. Because I wanted to highlight this. That's why I have it at the beginning. Alright, so this is the structure of the Moorish Imperial Divan. And I show you that the Europeans are running our Moorish Imperial Divan, which is the executive branch of the Moorish government. And Donald Trump is a substitute Grand Wazir. So let me explain why Grand Wazir, sister. I got you. Grand Wazir W-I-Z-R, in what language? You got Persian, the Persian language, Arabic, Persian, all right? Grand Wazir. That is the grand or head Wazir, all right? The Europeans substituted, the Europeans who have control of the Moorish government, that colonial body politic is called the United States. They substituted the Moorish title, Grand Wazir, with the title President. They used the title President. Right? So Donald Trump wears 2 headdresses. He wears a fez. Let me draw this. These are the 2, this is the 2 headdresses. This, half, that. It's black. I'm trying to draw half the Moorish fez and half the pilgrim hat. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what somebody can help me, please. Somebody can come and rescue me, please. I'm trying to draw half pilgrim hat, half fez. All right? Half pilgrim hat, half fez. All right. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not an artist, y'all. I'm not. I'm struggling.
But
Struggling
just
right now.
draw the fez and cut it in half.
All right. Thank
How
you.
about that?
I see it. All right. You go with this. Come in. Thank you.
And put the pilgrim emblem on one side.
Thank you. Thank you. I see what you're saying. And put the pilgrim. All right, I'll do that.
No, on that.
I'll put it on here?
Yeah.
I got you. Like that?
No, it's on the same drawing.
Oh, all right, I got you. I got you. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh. Ah, you're good. You're good. Hey, I need that. Like that. Hey, I'm struggling, y'all, so.
I didn't help you out.
Man, you can't fire this lady.
I thought you had, I didn't want to.
He can't fire this lady. Brother, man. You made me struggle, man. Oh my goodness, hey man. Wow. Man, I was up there struggling. I can't go. I'm telling you why I can't go. I ain't going to I can't fix it. He seems like he's doing something. Yeah. You know, half fast, half moist. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The tassel on the fast side. And you put the buckle. Make the tassel of the buckle. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so Donald Trump, where symbolically speaking, we know he never had this on his head, but just to get the concept, he's wearing two headdresses at the same time, at all times. So you have the United States is functioning the Moorish nation in a trusteeship capacity and sitting in the seat. So he's sitting in the seat of authority. So they have on the back of the Federal Reserve note the Great Seal. And then what does it read? The Great Seal, it has it right on the back. Here we go, I ain't done yet, my man. I'm still proving my case, man. I ain't done. I'm still proving my case. I ain't done. Pull out the Federal Reserve note. Pull out the one note. The Great Seal. All right, here we go. This one of the United States. All right, brother. Hit it. What's the Great Seal of the United States? Or here. What is the Great Seal of this country? Now we know the United States is not the country, but I'm saying what's on the back of the Federal Reserve note? What's on the back of the Federal Reserve note is this. So what are they identifying as the Great Seal? Which one are they identifying as the Great Seal? Let me put the equal. I don't erase that, so we go this way. I don't erase that, so we do this. Here we go. Now do it again. That's the eagle. I can't go. I'm just trying to go fast. I got the point. Y'all pull out Federal Reserve note. So you know what? Pull out Federal Reserve note. I can't go. I'm not even trying. So I'm trying to explain the concept.
That's an eagle.
Yes, eagle. Hey, I've been doing that. I got to learn, hey, the Great Seal, right, of the United States. Keys, I'm explaining the concept, and I can do that very well. All right, the Great Seal of the United States. All right, which one are they identifying as the Great Seal?
The eagle. The eagle, because they can't stand in the field.
No. Then I guess my question wasn't clear. On the back of the Federal Reserve note, on the back of the Federal Reserve note, the language that's on the back of the Federal Reserve one note, this is the language. The Great Seal. The Great Seal is under the phrase, the Great Seal is under the period. The prepositional phrase of the United States is under the eagle. On the back of the Federal Reserve note, which one are they identifying as the Great Seal? So you gotta say the period. You gotta say the pyramid though. You gotta say the pyramid. Yeah, because us is not, you gotta say the pyramid. You gotta first use the epistemology. Use the epistemology. Identify this image. Identify the image. So the epistemology is to identify the image first. What you're doing, so you gotta identify the image. So what is the image?
Pyramid.
There you go. You do that first. Because that's what's on here. The image, all right. So this is what they're identifying. So this is the Great Seal of the country. Of the country. So they do reckon, I'm telling you. Brother, here we go, bro. Right there. Take further with it, right there. They're not recognizing it? Alright, so why don't they have the Great Seal under this? Why isn't the Great Seal, why isn't the phrase the Great Seal under the eagle?
That's not Great Seal.
Thank you. They did that, right? Because they're in control. Aren't they in control right now? Didn't they do this? Aren't they recognizing? Aren't they recognizing mother? Aren't they recognizing where they got the power from? Aren't they identifying the power? Don't they wear our fezzes? Don't they use our Moorish names? How did I not do, brother? Right in the face. Hit me in plain sight. Hit me in plain sight. They do recognize the power. They got to. They colonize us. They got to. They're not stupid. They got to. Colors red, white, blue. Aren't they recognizing? Tamara brought up the point. The Confederate flag. Which is your flag? Huh? Lynch Abdullah. You won't lynch Abdullah because Abdullah said Confederate flag is, you know, an African Moabite flag. Man, we're gonna lynch you. And that Abdullah, man, that flag is for slavery, man. That's for pro-slavery. You big dumb butt. They took our stuff again, distorted it like they did the swastika. Yeah, the swastika, that's a hate symbol. Yeah, that's hate. They keep using their epistemology. Thank you, brother, for the drawing. Appreciate it. All right, so we continue with the great. I'm going to the Confederate flag. Let me take this Grand Mausoleum down. Finish this. All right. So the United States colonial power uses the title president. Now there are nation states, different nation states that use this title, Prime Minister. Prime Minister. There we go. That's analogous. Okay? This is what we would use, what we used, Grand Wazir. So what is prime? So grand, grand and prime, all right, are synonyms. Grand and prime are synonyms. Prime, first, as in prince, firstborn, all right, first. Grand is what? It would be like the head, so this would be the head minister, all right? This would be the head minister. This would be the head minister, all right? So they have first, grand. So Donald Trump is sitting in the seat or office of the Moorish Grand Wazir. We have to make the connection. We can't see. We're using their epistemology. This is their epistemology. Andre, we're going at DC. We're going to Washington D.C. tomorrow. We're going to go visit the White House tomorrow. All right. So it's tomorrow. This means today. It's the next day. So Andre will say to me, he's going to be using a European epistemology. And using the European epistemology, Andre's going to say, yeah, Abdullah, let's go to the United States Oval Office. So I'm using a Moorish epistemology. And I'm like this. And Andre looked at me like I'm stupid. Because he said you need to go to a Moorish Oval Office. I mean, the United States Oval Office. I'm like this. So Andre, we'll get no camera. I'm trying to make a point to him. Nami's not getting it. Because he said, I need to go to the, we at the White House now. So he said we need to go to the Moorish, we need to go to the United States Oval Office. Now I'm not going anywhere because I can't, there's nowhere to go. Because it doesn't exist. He said, remember, he said United States Oval Office. It doesn't exist. So I can't move, Andre. You say, I can't move. You say go. Then if Andre uses a Moorish epistemology, Abdullah, let's go to the Moorish Oval Office. Now moving. If Andre says, let's go to the United States Oval Office, I ain't going anywhere. Because I don't know where to go. I don't know where this is. I don't know where this is. I know where the Moorish Oval Office is. You see where I'm going, y'all? I'm using a Moorish epistemology. The problem is we're using a European distorted, birthright-stealing epistemology. And as long as we do that, we'll forever be colonized. Because that's what it was designed to do. It was designed to associate the with them. That's what we're designed to do. And guess what? They've done a wonderful, masterful job. I gotta give it to them. Even nationalized Moors and conscious Moors are still asleep. Even nationalized and conscious Moors are still asleep. I'm gonna ask this question again. Oh my Allah, please let them get the answer right. What is the name of this country? I said a prayer and everything. I'm ask the question again. What is the name of this country? I'm asking the question again. What is the name of this country?
Morocco?
I already know you know. I already know you know. I already knew she knew. I should have said that. I already know she knows. I already know she knows. The problem is, I just gave a 2-hour presentation. Broke all this stuff down. I asked the question to see where you are, and no one answered. But I already know Tamara. I already know Tamara. I know you knew. I already knew that. It's Morocco. I mean, that's the answer. I mean, Tamara was correct. I'm just saying, but I already knew she knew. I was expecting someone else to answer. I already knew Tamara knows. I'm sorry. You should have jumped up, hollered, screamed. So you said which one was your answer? Whatever. You say that.
I said Morocco.
Oh, all right, good.
Yep.
No,
I don't think you hear her.
I didn't hear you. So yes, it's Morocco.
If some of us didn't feel like that was the answer, we would say something else. I would say something else. When she said it, I said, okay, that's the answer.
So what would, all right.
I would have said something else.
All right, no problem. What would you have said?
I would have said that. Morocco. This is Morocco. This is the continent of Morocco.
The name of the country. So the answer.
Morocco.
So what is the name of this country?
Morocco Republic.
Thank you.
I would have said that.
What's the name of the country? This country.
Morocco.
What's the name of this country? Well, you already know, so I mean. All right, good. You got it. What's the name of this country? All right, good. Ask online. What's the name of this country? What's the name of this country? All right, Dr. G knows. All right, good. All right. Hold the mic on the phone. All right, good. And we got this thing. This United States is not a country. Huh? I never asked that. Because people have been giving me, and this is real. The answer, the main answer that I've gotten, and at Washington, at class in Maryland, class in New York, class in Philadelphia, lectures I've done in different parts of the country. The main answer I've gotten, this is from conscious, not people off the street, not from people off the street. I'm talking about national and conscious voices. Listen, watching YouTube and everything. This is the answer. I mean, don't even, but I ask them, what's the name of this country? They respond to that by saying, the United States is not a corporation. I mean, not the United States is a corporation. But I never asked anything about the United States.
Right.
So, I never asked the question was not about the United States. Actually, what's the name of this country? Why do I keep getting the United States is a corporation? I never asked the question, what is the United States? I never asked that. So they're answering, they give me a response to a question I never asked. Why is that? Why is that? There's a disconnect there. That why am I not getting Morocco, Moorish nation, Morocco, whatever, our Republic, Morocco? Why am I not getting that? Why I'm saying, why am I getting the United States is a corporation? I never asked that question about the United States. Yes, sister. Tell me why am I keep getting that?
Is it a part of the European etymology that we are like brainwashed?
Yes. Part of the epistemology, yes. That we don't associate ourselves, that we see C-SPAN and, we keep seeing them and, in our seats. We see all these Europeans, we watch C-SPAN, we watch the news. Say, yeah, Congress, and then we see, the speaker and European. We see all these Europeans. And there might be a bunch of, it might be maybe two or three of us in there, but not, you can't, once you see, it's all Europeans. You see all Europeans. So I think that has a lot to do with this. That has a lot to do with that imagery of seeing Europeans every day, day after day, day after day, day after day. Europeans. We just don't associate ourselves that this is our government.
Well, a lot of Moors are starting to think they're Indians.
Man, they just spoke to the head again.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, please. Yes,
A little bit that you can see.
You hold on, wait for the mic, brother.
Islam, brother, I do. The few little bit that we see. How do you think they feel? What do you think? I'm asking. I don't know. What do you think they feel about? Do they know, or they don't know?
Who's they?
The little bit that we see in the seats of us.
Oh, yes, they know.
They know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
But they have an oath of office to the government.
We got. Someone said they can't know.
They know.
They cannot not know. All right.
They cannot know.
They can't discuss it. Well, you saying they can't discuss it. I mean, that's their choice, to be honest. I mean, you can never say, you can never say someone can't discuss it. I mean, that's their choice. They have a choice to be honest or to be liars. You have a personal choice to be honest or not to be honest. I mean, William Cooper lost his life. William Cooper lost his life. William Cooper lost his life. They killed him. So he had a choice to what? To expose information or not to expose it. To say that, just like I hear people say to me about some African scholars whom they think know the information. They'll say, well, they can't tell the truth. Whoa. William Cooper lost his life. So you're saying that an African scholar who knows the real deal can't tell the truth, but they're profiting off a lie? I got a problem with that. Sit down then. Don't profit. We keep giving excuses. You mean to tell me that you're going to excuse they're profiting off, they're writing lies? They're writing lies? Don't write anything. And sit down. Don't tell me they can't tell the truth. Don't write anything. Don't tell me they never got these books and they're profiting off a lie. And you want to say, well, they can't tell the truth. But they're profiting off the lies. Huh? So, I'm not the most intelligent. I'm not all that intelligent in the first place. I'm still intelligent, but not all that intelligent. But tell me, you ain't gonna get that past me. You'll never get that past me. Sit your butt down and throw those books in the trash. And don't make a penny off the lies about and putting lies. Don't tell me they can't tell the truth. What do you mean? Aren't they telling lies? Well, just like they tell lies, they can tell the truth. How they lying? How they telling lies? By writing books. So they can't write a book telling the truth. They write a book telling lies. Writing books, doing lectures all over the country. Selling books. Got books in bookstores. Alright? And you go to they can't tell the truth because they'll get killed. So hold on. So you wanna, they're telling lies and profiting off our people. We smoked in the head, man. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Y'all don't get it, man. I don't get that logic. I just don't. I don't get that logic. You rather them stay alive. You rather them stay alive and push lies and profit lies than to die for the honor of our people. You rather them lie and benefit from lies than to die from the honor of our people. I'd rather die for the honor of our people than push lies and profit off of it. I'd rather die for the honor of our people than to put lies and push profit off it. That's me, man. That's me. That's me. I don't care about staying alive, pushing profit of our people. I want to stay alive so I can then push lies on our people. Come on, fam. Questions?
Yes, Rose Bay. What is the difference between a continent and a country?
All right, good question. I mean, that's taught in geography. Taught in geography, you have within the continent, you have Africa. There are, 54 countries in the continent of Africa. So Africa is a continent. North America is a continent. Central America is a continent. South America is a continent. North America is a continent. All right? You have Asia is a continent. There's 7 of them. Europe, that is a continent. Australia is a continent. And within those continents are countries. So the difference is that the continent is a larger body of land where there's countries that there are lines of countries within that continents. That's the difference. Does she comprehend that? That one, there's 7 continents. And each continent, there's countries within each continent. North America, South America, Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia, and what's the other one? Antarctica. Thank you. All right, another question? All right, we continue with Imperial Divan. So you have the Grand Vizier, and the Grand Vizier, the substitute Grand Vizier, Donald Trump, after Donald Trump was elected, before he took office, before he took the Moorish Royal Oval Office. You see what I'm doing? See how I'm making the connection? See what I'm doing, y'all? That's just follow me. Follow what I'm doing, y'all. All right? I didn't say before he took the United States Oval Office. What did I say? Before he took the what? See what I'm doing, y'all? Follow the epistemology, y'all. All right? He what? Appointed people to be confirmed as a vizier. All right? They use what? Secretary. So the viziers that Donald Trump appointed, or substitute viziers that Donald Trump appointed, were confirmed by the Senate. Is that correct? All of them were confirmed by the Senate, am I correct? All right? So we have the substitute vizier of education. They use Secretary of Education. The substitute vizier of defense. They use Secretary of Defense. Substitute vizier of urban and housing affairs. They use the Secretary. All right? You get my point? So they're substitute viziers. Right. So what they've done was they substituted vizier. All right. This is where Donald Trump is. This is where Donald Trump is. They use the title president. They didn't create the structure. They simply took over an existing power. They didn't establish. They keep using their epistemology, and their epistemology presents themselves as establishing some country. They did not. They took over an existing power. That's why they wear our feathers, and that's why they have the Great Seal and identify the Great Seal, right, the pyramid, as the Great Seal. It'll say of the United States. So they're showing a connection there. They're not totally dismissing you because they can't. Because you're the power. Right. They have to recognize, and they do recognize this as the power. I just showed you in the back of the Federal Reserve note. Don't they wear our feathers? They're not telling you us who we are, but they are what? Wearing the feathers, they claim the Great Seal, because that's the power. And the world recognizes that. And that's how they're able to what? Establish embassies all over the world. Negotiate treaties. By what? Tying to the sovereign power. That's how they're able to do it. That's how they're able to be recognized. Because they what? Recognize the sovereign power. That's how they do it. We keep talking about there's some country. And then don't make the connection. So Donald Trump, once again, wears two headdresses. Another question? Questions?
Yes, I'm sorry, no questions popping up.
All right. Thank you. I want, before you ask that, am I making myself clear? Am I talking over people's heads? You know, No? Yes, I'm talking what people said?
Clear.
Clear? All right, thank you, brother.
Islam, bro.
Islam.
This would be similar to if I was to use a word, impose on top of something.
I love you.
Thank you, brother.
That's how I feel.
You got it.
They just put it on top of whatever they are. They put
You got
on
it,
top
bro.
of something. And
That,
it's
that
a
already
piggyback.
existed. That already existed.
That already existed.
Thank you, fam. He got it, bro. He got it. He got the concept. He got the concept. That's it. That's it. He was able to explain it conceptually. That's it. That's the conceptualization of it. They superimpose over an existing power, an existing government, not establish. So they give you that epistemology, that historiography of, Continental Congress, 1780, 1774, 1775, Declaration of Independence, establishing country. They're colonists. So you're saying that because by calling them founders, you are agreeing that they're sovereigns. They can't establish no country. Our country already exists here. Our power already exists here. All right. Andre. Come here, sit in the seat. Andre is the king. He's the king. Now, I dethrone off the throne, dethrone Andre. So I dethrone Andre. I'm dethroning you. Remember, he's the king by sovereign right, by birthright. It's an hereditary title. Can I be king?
No.
He's the king in exile. The king is in exile. So he, negotiates with another sovereign power to help him regain his throne. What am I?
Substitute.
Thank you. I could never be king. It's an hereditary title. I could never be king.
So where is our king?
All right?
Or who is our king?
No one is. Because we're not in the sovereign power right now. I know there are some brothers who, thank you for that, Tamara. There's a brother who's on YouTube or something, Facebook or whatever. Is claiming what? Right, let me write you what he's claiming now. He's claiming to be what? The king of what? King of what? What's he claiming to him? King of what? Oh, I thought you said some brothers claiming to be the king of the... All right. So now, how do you become this? How do you become... One, this is a hereditary title. And we have not been ruling for quite some time. For quite some time.
So we would not know who's next in line.
Thank you. So how he claiming to be king of Moors-MUURS? Come on. I mean, people just throw stuff out there and they just throw. All right, I got something for y'all.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay, in our Moorish literature, it speaks about to not overthrow the government. Moors do not overthrow the government. However,
I thank you for that.
I know, okay.
No, I'm glad.
However,
Go ahead.
we don't have a government on this land. We have a de facto government that's acting as a government. Therefore, how are we as Moors or to take our place back amongst the government of which was lost?
All right, let me clear
So
up.
I guess it's like a three-part question.
Yes, and I understand. I mean, clear it all up. Clear it all up.
Islam.
We clear this up. Thank you for that. Should be an opportunity for me to clear it up. After I finish with this, y'all gonna be like jumping up and down. Boy, y'all gonna be like, man, it's gonna go this stuff down. All right, good. Let's go back to this. Okay? To answer that, I gotta go back to this. What's on this cover?
Moors and Masonry. Who are these imposters?
And what else?
Oh,
The
the Moorish
D-man.
flag.
D-man.
Our Moorish Oval Office,
Three branches.
Thank you.
Three branches.
Go ahead.
the Moorish Chapel,
Go ahead.
and the Moorish, what is that, executive,
Yeah.
legislative,
Yes, the Capitol building.
yes.
All right. So, and you see, she identified it as Moorish. So we do have a government. What's the issue? We're not running it. The structure's already there. Grand Wazir. Who's the substitute Grand Wazir? Where is his office called? His office is called what? Thank you. So we have, what is the capital? Where is the capital of the Moorish government? At Washington, D.C. So our government is already in place. We're just not running it. That's the issue, that we're not running it. So we don't need to establish our government. It's already established.
So it's not Philadelphia?
All right. Today, this is where it is, at Washington, D.C. Meaning that if we were to go to the Moorish Oval Office, where would we go? If I say this, because Donald Trump, the Moorish office where he sits is not at Philadelphia, it's at Washington, D.C. Now, if I say, well, let's go see Donald Trump, where would you go? You wouldn't go at Philadelphia, you would go at Washington, D.C. Let's go see the wazirs, the substitute wazirs. Well, let's go see those who are running the Moorish Majlis. All right, let's go see those who are running the Moorish, all right, Majlis. All right, here we go. Wait still, y'all. Let's go see those who are running the Moorish Majlis. And the Europeans use what? Congress. They substituted Majlis, Congress. So where would I go? All right. So we watch the C-SPAN. We turn this on. Watch the C-SPAN. And we say, they'll say, the United States Congress. Where would we go see? They're watching C-SPAN right now. So where would we go to go see them? To be on TV. I want to be on TV. I want to be on CNN. I want to be on TV. So where would I go to be on TV? Now, yeah, you go out Washington, D.C. Because I want to be on TV. So that's where they at. All right. So that is the current seat of the Moorish government. That's the current seat of the Moorish government. Because that's where the wazir, the substitute wazirs are. That's where the grand wazir, substitute grand wazir is. That is where the Supreme Court judges are. That's where their offices are. That's where we would go. That's where we go. If I was running for wazir, I was running for wazir. or no, not Wazir. You can't run for Wazir. That's your appointed by the Grand Wazir, substitute Grand Wazir. So if I was running for a seat in the Moorish-MUURS-MOORISH, I was running for one of the seats in the Moorish-MUURS-MOORISH. And that's you have the upper chamber and the lower chamber. You have the council elder. So I'll say I was running for a seat in the Moorish Council of Elders. It's the Senate. The word Senate is Latin for elder. See what they did? See what they did? Did they make that up? Or they what? They what? Superimposed. So Senate means elder in Latin. So we have the upper chamber of the mausolees, that's the Senate, so we have the Senate, Council of Elders, and the lower chamber, or the House of Representatives. So I'm running for a seat. So where I win, where would my office, where would be my main office? I would have two offices. I would have, if I run and I win the Senate, I would have two offices. One at where? At Washington, D.C. and at right, because there's two in every Moorish territory. There's two of them. Right, so I would have two offices. Yes. So I'll just be clear that so that we can connect to this. I want us to be able to connect to this, and this is where they are. This has got to connect to this. Yeah. This is not a European thing. This ain't no European thing. This is your thing. They want you to disconnect. Because they want you to continue to use their epistemology. They want you to disconnect. I'm not going to allow y'all to. I'm not going to allow y'all to disconnect from your government. They want y'all to. That's why they created that false historiography and false epistemology. So you can disconnect. That's the whole purpose. The whole motive is to get you to disconnect. Disassociate, disconnect. That's the whole motive. Once you connect, that's the power. The power is to connect, reconnect, reclaim. All right, so that's what we're overthrow. Now you can overthrow your own government. I could kill you. I could kill you. You can overthrow your own government. So, I mean, Moors can overthrow their own Moorish government. Yeah. So I can't say that Moors can't overthrow their own Moorish government. They gotta fight me, or somebody, because, yeah. So, we want to make it very clear is what is July talking about? Because only government that you can overthrow here is the Moorish government. That's the only government, if you talk about overthrowing the government, the only government that you can overthrow here is the Moorish government. If you say, no, let's overthrow the United States. Well, you ain't talking about overthrowing the government. I'll have to kill you, man. You said overthrow the United States. All right. You ain't talking about, you say overthrow the United States. All right. You ain't talking about overthrowing the government, then. All right. Ain't nothing for me to say. We're going to overthrow the Moorish government. All right. Hold. We're going to overthrow the United States. We're going to overthrow the Moorish government. All right, I know. We're going to overthrow the United States. I'm trying to make a point, y'all. I'm trying to make a point. I know I'm doing this to make a point. I'm doing this to get your attention. This is my style. To get your attention. What point am I making? That the United States ain't the government. You say talk about overthrowing the United States. You ain't talking about overthrowing the government because the United States ain't the government. Where's FBI? Homeland Security. They know what I'm talking about. The name of this government is the Moorish government. And I ain't smoked in the head. You talking about United States, you ain't talking about no government. Because there ain't no government called the United States. Nothing. You got Mexico that uses the term United States, but that's not the name of the government. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. So is United States the name of that government? Hold on. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. What's the national name? Mexico. Estados Unidos El Salvador. Look it up. Estados Unidos El Salvador. What's the national name? Thank you. They don't say, oh, well, United States. They say Estados Unidos Mexicanos. United States of Mexico. Estados Unidos Brazil. They don't say United States. They say what? Estados Unidos Brazil. United States of Brazil. And I'm not making this up. Look it up. I ain't making it up. I ain't just come out there and making this up. No reference. Alright? So I want to be clear to the listeners. The only overthrowing you would be doing, you would be overthrowing your own Moorish government. If you're talking about overthrowing the United States, you ain't talking about overthrowing government.
Well, I asked that question because that's like
Yes.
one of the topics that's discussed about people saying that the reproclamation of consul court is like an overthrow of the government. So.
All right. Thank you for that. All right, so let me clear that up. Whoever said that, please listen to me. I hope they listen. Please listen. Whoever said that, what is this? What is this, fam? Whoever said that, what's this? What's that? I have the term United States written on the board. The brother or sister, whoever put that out there, is going to say that Moors who work in the council of courts is like overthrowing the government. Guess who beat us to it? Guess who beat us to it? The United States. Oh my gosh. The United States overthrew the government. The United States overthrew the government. Almighty Allah. I'm about to ask a question. Please. This is okay. What is the name of this government? Got somebody. Ding. Yes. Thank you. Whew. I'm about to faint up in this joint. He said, Al-Mu'ad. Thank you, brother. Whew. I'm still disappointed. You know why? Everybody's hands should have been up. Everyone's hands. I wouldn't have called on Tamara anyway. I wouldn't have called on Andre anyway. But they could have kept his hand down. I would have called on him. But y'all hands should have been up. I should have been. Y'all like, what is the name of this government? What is the name of this government? What is the name of this government? Man, y'all should have broke your arms. Y'all should have broken your arms before y'all raise your hand. Broken your shoulders. Dislocated. Y'all should have dislocated your shoulders. And I'm gonna be like, well, which one's first? Which one's first? I asked the question. What is the name of this government? No, and then what I'm doing is reviewing the reaction. One, there was a pause. I go, then he raises his hand. But I'm saying everyone should have done this. And almost dislocated their arms. And that is an indicator that this has to be reiterated, and over and over again. Come back next month, do a month after that, month after that. Continue doing. I'll do it. If I got to do a 15 to 30 minute lesson every time I speak on this, I'll do it.
I wasn't able to grab the name. It went by pretty fast. But they stated that consular courts for foreigners.
Consular courts for foreigners?
Foreigners.
All right. The consular courts are for foreigners. That's the, all right. Thank you for that. In the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between 1787, between His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Morocco, and the United States. Articles 20 to Articles 25. You can't overlook this. You can't just dismiss the treaty. You can't throw the treaty away. I'm referencing the treaty. You can't dismiss what I'm saying. The treaty is still in force. The treaty is between Morocco and the United States. Articles 20 to 25 outlines consular courts. In those 5 articles, consular courts. It ain't one-sided treaty. How a Moor, when an issue between a Moor, if a Moor should injure a European, and the European should injure a Moor, what is the venue, the proper venue, to address issues in relationship to, you have Morocco, the sovereign power. All right? The sovereign power, Morocco. United States. The European colonial power that overthrew the sovereign power, Morocco. The sovereign power, Morocco. Sovereign power, Morocco. All right. So these are the 2 parties. So the issue of diversity of citizenship. So to address diversity of citizenship, Article 3, Section 2, Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution addresses the issue of diversity of citizenship. And so we have the colonial power, European colonial power that is running the Moorish government, that's in power right now. And you have the people of, the Moors who are not in power. who are working to reclaim and get back into power. All right, so you have that dichotomy right there. So we're being abused, subjugated. Our land is being colonized. So we want to address the issue of diversity of citizenship. And the treaty is there for us to address that. The treaty, Articles 20 to Article 25, will be the article by which we address the issue of diversity of citizenship. We have a colonial power that's running our government, that's colonizing us, that's injuring us, using color law, abusing us, shooting us down, killing us, putting drugs in our community, keep going on, all right? That's subjugating us. So how do we address that? What venue? The treaty, which is still in force, which is the longest standing unbroken treaty in the world, outlines that. How am I doing? I'm just addressing how the venue to address that. We are not in our seat of power. We have a treaty with the colonial power that is in the Moorish seat of power. So how do we communicate with them? We have a treaty with them. What, ignore the treaty? So the main issue is diversity of citizenship. All right? Are we clear on that? Yes. All right, good. Thank you for the questions. Yes, sister, we've got a question back there. The questions are good. Because it really are. Because what happens is it lets me know where you are, and I can tailor, answers to your question. I can be more specific.
How long is the treaty? Because it has articles 20 to 25. How long is the Treaty of Peace and Friendship?
Articles, 25 articles.
No, she said, how long is it?
How long is it? Is it 1 through 25 or is it?
1 through 25. 25 articles.
2 and 5 and 7.
27?
2 and 5 and 7.
Yeah, no, about 25 articles. Is that?
Yeah, that's the question I was answering.
All right, good. When I said 25 articles, you still, you threw me off. When I said 25 articles, you threw me off because you didn't comprehend my answer. So it took me to another place because you didn't comprehend my answer. So I didn't know what.
No, I comprehended your answer.
All right, good.
Article 25
articles.
is key in or hone in diversity of citizenship, but it's a total of 25 articles.
No. The
You
articles.
You may have to split that up. Diversity of citizenship is for Article 3, Section 2.
Okay.
I'm saying that all right. Let me do this. All right.
Right. That's what she
Articles
it looks like
20
together.
All right, Articles 20 to 25 address the issue of consular courts. All right. Consular courts.
Of the treaty.
Of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Morocco and the United States. Articles 20, because all 25 don't. See, I don't want to say that I'm being more specific. I'm not saying the Treaty of Peace and Friendship addresses the issue of consular court. I'm saying Articles 20 to 25, 22 to 25 addresses the issue of consular court. These are the articles that you will focus on. These articles is connected to diversity of citizenship of Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution. Am I clear now?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Can you say that one more time? Article diversity of citizenship is the issue of law that is addressed in Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution. state between the state, citizens within the same state, citizens between states. That's the issue. Citizens between two states. We know that the United States is not a state. I mean, it's not a sovereign, independent body politic. The United States is not a sovereign. The word state, the definition of state in international law, is a sovereign and independent body politic. That's the definition. That's the international law definition for state. That does not fit the United States. It's not a sovereign, independent body politic. There's nothing sovereign about the United States. They're exercising the Moorish sovereignty. So it's really not a state between a state. It's not a state. This is a state. This is a state. That's a state. That's a sovereign, independent body politic. This is not a state. That's a colonial power. All right? Make myself clear. All right? So I know it says state between the state. I understand. That's the language that's in Article 3. Yes. You already know that it's not a state, a sovereign, independent body politic. It is a colonial power that what? Is running a state. What state? Morocco. Am I clear? I'm trying to be as clear and concise as I can. Only few people have this concept like this. That's in this motion. And how I got this concept with a great seal. I got involved. Shucks. A lot of people have this concept, well, they was breaking this stuff down, man. You kidding me? I mean, shoot. There's a bunch of suckers around me, man. Like, you kidding me? I'm dead serious. I mean, there was brothers that were breaking this stuff down, man. You kidding me? I can't see it. All right. I'll come to you. Yeah, they was breaking this down. This was pushed, shoved down my throat. And I love it. So I got the concept. They were breaking this down, man. I mean, running circles around it. So unfortunately, no brothers aren't active today. But we need more brothers and sisters, together brothers, that have this concept. They can push it. The problem is very few that have it. Yes.
What was the Confederate flag? You said it's
Oh,
not.
yes. Yes. Okay. All right. We have the tropical cross or earth cross that denotes the 4 seasons. That's called the earth cross or tropical cross. We have the galactic cross. You have the galactic cross, you have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. All right, so these are the 4 points that are galactic cross. All right, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All right. You see at Chartres Cathedral, Chartres, French, CHARTES, Shar Cathedral, and other churches in different parts of the world, where you see this astronomy. You have, you have a bull, a lion, a man, and an eagle, because the eagle is actually connected with the Scorpio. All right, so you'll see that. Or you also see pictures of the Europeanization. Europeans, they call Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All right, that's what that knows. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's your tie. That's your galactic cross. Then you have the so they show the astronomy with that. So every 25,920 years, the celestial equator intersects the galactic equator. Galactic means milky, milk. Hagar or Haftar or Heifer, all right, or Hagar or Hagar or Heifer, all right, is the cow. That denotes the cow. And Milky Way or galaxy means milk. Galactic cross. Galaxy means milk. So the cow or Hagar is symbolic of the galaxy. Symbolism that connected to astronomy. So this double cross formation, and light orders use the double cross, intersects every 25,000. The celestial equator of the Earth cross intersects the galactic equator of the galactic cross every 25,000, all right, 920 years. The Europeans stole this from us and scared us with it. They called it the Confederate flag with stars. If we knew this, we wouldn't be saying get rid of that. Right. Trust me, fam, we wouldn't say get rid of it. What would we be doing? Claiming it and explain what it is. Once again, we're using their epistemology. This is our epistemology, family. We got to use our epistemology and our historiography. As long as you use their historiography and their epistemology, they will forever colonize our land. All right? I have a book coming out at the end of August, early September, called Masonic Compass and Square and the Connection to Timekeeping and Measurement. The Masonic Compass and Square and the Connection to Timekeeping and Measurement. That book will be purchased. That book on MOORS-MUURS-MOORISH.org. It'll be available, like I said, of course, at the early September, it'll be available for sale. It'll be $50. So this is MOORS-MUURS-MOORISH.org. All right, it's not there yet because it's not done. So this is my what I do is I explain the astronomy. I mean, for example, we have here what they call the Knights Templar. En hoc signo vinces, in this sign we conquer, which is bull. What, are they gonna conquer with your own stuff? This is astronomy. Once again, we're using their epistemology. That's the problem. In this sign they conquer. En hoc signo vinces, in this sign they conquer. We're using their epistemology. Fam, it's astronomy. That cross is tilted at a 23.5 degree angle. What does that mean, Abdullah? Oh, no problem, if you ask him. The 23.5 degree angle represents the axial tilt of the earth, which is symbolic of the precession of equinoxes. The major streets that lead to the White House are angled at a 23.5 degree angle. Talk to me. So that cross tilted at a 23.5 degree angle as the actual tool of the earth. See here? It's in a crown representing the 12 signs of the zodiac. And then you have another cross, the galactic cross. You see the galactic cross? They're scared of their own stuff. Because what? As you say, they superimpose their epistemology over our epistemology subrogated us. To disassociate, disconnect us from our culture, history, our land, politically. You gotta qualify that. Gotta qualify that. They ain't physically. They ain't coming to they ain't take us from the bell to all the slave ship. They're disconnecting us politically, still in our state. So they're creating abstracts from the concrete. Like for instance, they create the legal jargon record. And they have, the county functions as a sisters trust. So they create the legal jargon and abstract record from what? The concrete, the umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is the cord. That's the cord, is the umbilical cord. So they took the concrete and created an abstract. Oh, record this. They created an abstract. And the sisters trust, the county functions as the sisters trust. They're still not birthright. All right, I want to thank you again for your attention. I want to thank Dr. Nailah and Tamara for their support and encouragement. All right, I'll see y'all next week. I'll greet you. Assalamu alaikum. Allah is the moon. So Allah is a creator, not a creator. We're talking about the energy. Talk about astronomy. All right? So the number 7 represents the 7 days between each moon phase. New moon to first quarter moon, 7 days. First quarter moon to full moon, 7 days. Full moon to last quarter moon, 7 days. Last quarter moon back to the new moon, 7 days. Circle 7. All right? The circle 7, the 4 gates of the circle 7 represents what? The 4 seasons, right? So you have 2 calendars. 2 calendars that play in circle 7. The solar calendar, which marks the 4 seasons, all right? And the lunar calendar, which is harmony with what? The moon. 354 days. There's 11-day difference between the solar calendar and the lunar calendar, i.e. circle 7. Talk to me. That's our epistemology. All right, well then I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Brother Abdullah Bey. Let's give him a hand.
All right.
Yeah. And once again, we'd like to thank you for coming out. We'd like to thank Dr. Gilliam for providing this platform for us to be able to have at the Wilmington, Delaware territory, as well as be able to broadcast out to you in our Facebook family and friends. We thank you again for coming out and tuning in to House of Reawakening Minds as we strive to be a holistic center for spiritual grounding, free thought, self-discovery, and more science. We have an awakening experience for all ages. We have our upcoming events next Friday, July the 27th at 6:30. We have Father Hannibal who will lecture on adept science. Class open up at 6:30. We will start filming at 7 p.m. Also, September the 22nd, keep in mind, we have an 8-hour etymology class with our brother, Abdullah Bey. We have the Eventbrite link on our Facebook page. The class will be in person, $35 notes in class, and online it will be 25 notes. Okay, and also today marks the transition of our most holy and divine prophet, Noble Ali, who passed forward on this day, July the 20th, 1929, at 10:10 Central Standard Time. And what we can do is we can now have a moment of silence in his honor
And we thank you and Islam, Muslims out there, and have a great evening.